everyone. I'm glad you could join me today. My name is Vera. I'm a health and wellness instructor from Stonebridge Community Services, and that means my job is to keep you healthy, active, and motivated. Today I'm here at the Port Stanley Fitness Center, and we're here to applaud frontline workers with this back strengthening program. Let's start by lying down. So we're going to lie down, hands on the shoulders, and we're just going to gently press the elbows into the floor and relax. And now let's give ourselves a little nod with the head, and as we press the elbows down, we're going to gently press the back of the head into the mat, just letting gravity work and straighten our posture and relax. And now this time we're going to press the elbows and just straighten the arms out and press the back of the hands into the floor. And then see how wide you can take your fingers away from each other and just really create a lot of space and open up through the front of the chest. And when you're ready, we're going to lighten the hands and just make some snow angels. So let the arms come overhead and just working whatever range of motion feels okay for your shoulders. So never work in a painful zone, just find that happy place. 2 more. And on the very next one, as we raise the arms overhead, we're going to turn our hands so that the baby finger is facing the ceiling, and then just try to reach something just out of reach. So just like you're grabbing an apple or reaching for something that you just can't quite get. Opening up those tight muscles of your back. Last one. Perfect. And then let the arms just sweep down to your side and widen out through the shoulders. And then we're going to walk the feet up towards the hands, walk the hands down towards the feet, and get ready for bridging. So with bridging, the most important thing is that we really squeeze the glutes because we want those muscles to protect our back. So squeezing glutes, a little energy in the toes, shoulders wide, and just lifting the hips up. And holding it there, trying to stay even through the back of the shoulders as you breathe. Breathing or counting out loud will make sure you're breathing. So just 1, 2, 3, and then let your bottom come down. And then that big glute squeeze, energy through the toes. Up we go. Hold it there and breathe. See if you're even through your shoulders. 4 and 3 and 2 and down. 2 more. Squeeze glutes, lift and hold. 4 and 3 and 2 and down. Just one more time. Squeeze the glutes, up with the hips. Hold it there. 4 and 3 and 2 and gently lower down. From here, if it's okay to put your hands behind your back, that's going to give you a little more feedback on how your core is engaging. If that hurts your shoulders, though, just have your hands on your belly. So we're going to start by folding one leg up into the chest. And now fold it in until you can feel that there's a little energy being pressed into your hands. If your hands aren't there, just focus on keeping those bottom ribs on the mat. And now we're going to point the toe. And we're going to start to lower that leg down towards the floor. And all we're trying to do is see if we can keep that connection behind our back. So if at any point you find your back's arching, that's where you stop. So it's not about touching the floor. It's about seeing if you can keep that connection and keep your back strong. If that's easy, we just take our foot a little further away. So it's wherever you're comfortable going and you can keep stable. 2 more. And now if this is a hard exercise for you, just keep moving the legs. But if that feels okay and you feel like you can do more, we'll take the opposite hand out, touch the knee, and as we lower that leg to the floor, we're going to lift the arm overhead. Again, it's focusing on keeping that back nice and still and keeping the abs cinched and braced. And reach. And remember, if you want to make it harder, that foot goes out a little longer, so wherever you want to work, as long as you can keep that back nice and still. 3 more. And now we're going to switch sides. So the other knee floats up. Pull in until you feel that nice tight connection. So you're pressing your back against your hands. The abs are engaged. You want to have that sensation that if we were to poke you, that your abs would be wide awake. And now point your toe, and we're going to start to lower down, keeping that pressure against your hands nice and constant. So don't let that back arch up away from your hands. Or keep the ribs heavy on the floor if your hands aren't there. 3. Again, not about touching the floor. It's about wherever you can go without having that back lift away. And only if that's okay, you can do it without your back changing, then we make it a little harder by lifting that arm up. And as that foot lowers down, we reach it overhead. And 2. And up. And 3. Keep that abdominal brace. Keep breathing. If you can out loud, we'll know you're breathing. 4. 2 more. 5. And the last one, 6. Perfect, well done. Let's bring both knees up. We're going to give those legs a little shake. They've been working hard. Now, if it does bother you to have your knees up here, you can keep your feet on the floor and do this and let your knees sway to the side. But if you're okay here, imagine that you have a playing card between your knee and you're going to squeeze it so it doesn't fall out. And then the arms out to the side. And now we're going to let the knees come over to the right side. As you do, take a big breath in to decompress. Now the goal here is to keep that shoulder on the floor. So if at any time you feel like that shoulder's lifting off, you've gone far enough. Exhale, hold. Big breath in, still holding that playing card between the knees or $100 bill. Don't let it fall out. And then let the knees fall to the other side, keeping that shoulder heavy, heavy, heavy. Inhale, up and over. Shoulders are heavy. Exhale, hold. Inhale, up and over. Exhale, hold. Just 2 more. Up and over. Exhale, hold. Very last one. Big breath in. Still holding that $100 bill. Squeeze those knees together. Try to pull right up to the pelvic floor. Keep that inner unit firing. Back to the center. Well done. We're going to lower one leg and then the other. And when you're ready, roll over so that you face me. And from here, we're going to keep our legs nice and long. We want to have room for a little trail of ants down here so our abs are engaged. We're not just succumbing to the ground. Everything here is nice and tight and active. Heels and balls of the feet are together. Necks nice and relaxed. And we're squeezing our legs together as we lift and hold. So now we're working the muscles between the ribs and the hips on the side. Really important if you're carrying purses, anything that you carry with one hand. So purses, luggage, dogs, kids, whatever you need to carry. If we're carrying on one side, we really need those obliques to be nice and strong. Hold it there for 4 and 3 and 2 and down. And again, squeeze, lift, and hold. Relax the neck. 4 and 3 and 2 and down. One more time. Squeeze, lift, and hold. 4 and 3 and 2 and down. Well done. From here, we're going to bend the knees in, getting ready for the clam. So imagine there's a wall behind you. Your feet, bum, and head are all against that invisible wall. So we don't want to put ourselves up into like a chair position. And then from here, imagine your feet are glued together and we're just opening the knees up as far as we can without your hips changing position. So we don't want our body to roll with this. Just want to make it a hip movement. Trying to really fire that glute medius. Really important back protector. And relax. And now open and hold. 4 and 3 and 2 and down. Perfect. Now the next 4 are going to be a little faster. 4 and 3, Almost there. 2 more. Very last one. Well done. From here, we're going to come up to a side plank. So we're going to put the elbow right underneath the shoulder. If you do have any sort of shoulder pain, you can put that other hand here just to really support that deltoid. We want the spine to be nice and straight here. So remember, we're never just sagging. Everything's engaged. If somebody were to ever give you a big push, they couldn't push you over because we're strong here. And then when you're ready with that nice straight spine, we're just going to lift away from the floor. So use these muscles underneath to lift and then straighten out through the hips. And just holding it there and breathing. 4 and 3 and 2 and then back in that chair. Perfect. So nice straight spine as we lift and straighten through the hips. 4 and 3 and 2 and down. One more time. Big breath. Exhale up. Hold it there nice and strong. 4 and 3 and 2 and sit back down. Well done. From here we're going to roll over onto our stomach. And I'm going to start with some spinal extension because it's really important to work that posture. Right here, when we're here up on our elbows, if you're doing a lot of forward bending and lifting during the day, you might find that this is a really relaxing position to hang out in. It might help to decompress the spine. So if you do feel relief from this, you might want to just hang out in this position maybe 2 or 3 times a day to kind of make up for all that forward bending. From here, we're going to just bring our hands down to our shoulders. A little bit of a double chin. And now we're just trying to keep that double chin and unweight our shoulders and chest from the mat. So working the upper part of our spine, spinal extension posture. Hold it there. Hands are as light as you can be, so we're not trying to push up on them. Hold it there for 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. And lengthen as you lift. 4. Breathe, relax. 3 and 2 and down. Very last one. Big inhale. Up we go. 4 and 3 and 2 and relax. Perfect. From here we're going to let ourselves come right up onto the hands and knees. And now we want to have the hands right underneath the shoulders, tuck the toes in, knees are right underneath the hips, and again we're strong here, so nobody can push you over. Try to be as strong as you can, engaging through the core. And now let's just reach one leg out. And now we're going to think about our glutes as we lift that leg up and reach that toe out. And now with the opposite hand, let's just unweight it from the floor. So if you are unstable at all here, if your hand's close to the floor, it'll be your training wheel. If you feel pretty stable here, you can reach that arm overhead. Like there's something just out of reach. If that feels okay, just make a little fist and really tighten those muscles so you can engage all those long muscles in your back. Hold it there, reaching that hand away from your toes. 4 and 3 and 2 and down. Perfect. Other side. If you need to take a little break and let your wrists have a little roll, that's okay. And now nice wide fingers, energy in the fingers. We don't want to push into those palms because that can go right up to your wrist. And now reach the other leg out, engage glutes, and up we go. Opposite hand, you can start by just lifting it slightly away from the mat. Only if that's okay, we go a little further. And only if that's okay, make a fist. Make sure you're breathing and counting. 4 and 3 and 2 and down. Perfect. From here, let's widen out through the knees. And we're just going to try to keep that straight spine as we draw the tailbone towards the heel and up. So just that little rocking back and forth to loosen the hips. 2 more. And last one. And now we're going to go into a plank. than the elbows. We're going to let the knees fall down and just bring the ankles up. And let's hold it there. Tighten up through your shoulders. Nice deep breathing. 4, out loud, 3, and 2, and relax. Perfect. And now when you're ready, we're going to turn our body around so that you're facing me, and you're ready to do the other side. So remember, with that little mouse there, inner thighs are engaged, nice long legs, heels, balls of the feet together as we lift and hold, trying to keep the low abs nice and tight. Imagine somebody's going to give you a big push, cores engaged, and let's hold it there for 4, and 3, relaxing that neck, 2, and down. 2 more times, squeeze inner thighs as we lift and lengthen, 4, and 3, and 2, you're almost there, relax. 1 more time, working those muscles between the ribs and the hips. Nice deep breathing, nice and strong here, 4, 3, 2, and down, nice work. Remember, we're going to just bend those knees in, and glue the feet together as we open, hold it there, 4, and 3, open, 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 2, and relax. 1 more time, just holding that open. 4, really trying to get that glute med, really important supporter of your low back. 2, and in. A little faster for the next 4. 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Perfect. Okay, now we're going to pop up for that side plank. Remember, nice straight spine. And the other hand there if you need that little support on the shoulder, or up here if you're fine. Roll the shoulder back so we have that good posture, straight spine as we lift away from the floor, and then press the hips up. Hold it there. 4, and 3, and 2, and then just sitting right back down. 2 more times, just up and hold. 4, breathe, working those long muscles of your spine. 2, and down. 1 more time, up and hold. 4, and 3, and 2, and sit back down. Well done today. Let's roll over onto our back, and just a little stretch before we leave. And when you're ready, we're going to draw that leg into the chest. Give it a great big hug. Pull the toes right back to the nose. We're going to straighten that leg out as much as we can. And with every breath, we're going to try to straighten it a teeny bit more. So nice, deep, deep, deep breaths. Relax your neck and shoulders. Enjoy the stretch. One more big breath, trying to breathe right into the back of the ribs and open up that rib cage. Perfect. Exhale. Let that leg just pop up, give it a big little shake. And then when we're ready, we're going to make some circles. So we're trying to stay as even as we can through the back of the hips as we make that circle on the ceiling with our toes. And then pause and reverse. And the circles can be as big or as little as you like, as long as you can keep those hips nice and still. And then on the very last one, we're going to cross over into a figure 4. Use the muscles to open those hips up. Try to level out through the back of the hips. And then you can either hang out right here if you like, or if it's okay for you to bring that foot up, that's also an option. A little more intensity there. And nice deep breathing, just opening up those hips. If the hips are too tight, they can definitely pull on that low back. So nice deep, deep breaths. Just find any tension and breathe into it. And on the next exhale, we'll lower that leg down to the floor. We're going to cross over and arms out to the side and let the knees fall one way. It doesn't matter which way because we're going to go both ways. Look away from the knees, over that hand. Just let that low back relax and release. So nice deep, deep breaths. And just letting gravity do its thing, opening up the low back and releasing the hips. 4 and 3 and 2. And now engage the abs. Big breath in. Up and over we go. And as your knees come to the other side, we're going to look over the other hand. Again, just breathe, breathe, breathe. Find any tension and breathe into it. And then engage the abs back to the center. Now we're going to unravel the legs and switch sides. Draw the other leg into the chest. Big hug. Pull the toes back to the nose and straighten that leg out as much as it will straighten. Trying to keep your tailbone nice and flat on the floor. Nice deep breathing into the back of the ribs. And wring the lungs out like you're blowing a candle out. Really working those deep exhalations. Finding that tension and breathing into it. And then just letting that leg pop up, a little shake, and then those 3 circles. And trying to stay even through the back of your hips. Try not to let those hips rock back and forth. Try to stay nice and strong. And reverse. 3. So leg circles are great for the hips. Stirring that femur into the hip joints like a little WD-40 for the hips. Gets that synovial fluid to loosen things up. And then when you're ready, that crossover into the figure 4. Open up that hip using your muscles, or maybe a little low-grade pressure on that leg to help assist, whatever feels good for you. Shoulders are wide, chest is wide. Nice deep breathing into the back, and if it feels okay to bring that leg up, just relax in that foot. Feel those deep breaths, that nice deep exhalation. Relax and enjoy. We're almost done. You did a great job today. Really appreciate you being here. And then when you're ready, we're going to gently lower that leg to the floor. Cross over into a figure 4. Arms out, knees fall one way. Look over to the opposite hand. Breathe into it. Just letting those legs go to wherever it feels really natural and nice. It should be a feel-good stretch. It should feel nice. If any exercise doesn't feel good, remember to skip that exercise as things get a little stronger. Maybe it'll be better next week. And then a big breath in, up and over. And we're going to look away from the knees. Relax that low back. Enjoy the feeling of releasing and relaxing. Taking that deep breath in, just enjoying that sensation of letting everything just sink into the mat. And then when you're ready, back to the center. Just going to grab the back of that leg to help come up to seated. And I want to thank you so much for being here today. I hope you enjoyed the workout, and I hope you'll be back next week.